polling stations have closed in Pakistan, where people have been voting in general and provincial elections after a campaign period frequently disturbed by violence. Less than 24 hours before the polls opened, 28 people were killed in Baluchistan, with the Islamic State group saying it carried out 2 bombings. On election day, 5 security personnel were killed in an attack while patrolling in the northwest of the country. Security was therefore tight, and while some polling stations were largely empty because of security threats and cold weather, in other areas of the country people turned out in large numbers, leading to queues at polling stations as people headed in to vote. Polls opened at 8 in the morning local time and closed about 2 hours ago. The vote took place without the former Prime Minister Imran Khan. He has been imprisoned on charges including corruption and was prevented from contesting. And in a widely criticised move, the authorities unexpectedly cut mobile phone and mobile internet services because of what they call deteriorating security. More now from our South Asia correspondent Samira Hussain, who is in Islamabad.
This is a real key moment for Pakistan. It's currently a country that's in crisis, and it's in desperate need for some kind of political stability. But the problem is that there's already questions being raised about the legitimacy of these elections. And key to Pakistan's future is people being able to accept and respect the legitimacy of the newly elected government.
The moment polls opened this morning, all mobile services across the country shut down. Despite assurances communications would not be cut, the government said security was deteriorating, citing yesterday's twin bomb blasts in the Balochistan province. But critics say it was just another attempt to stifle the electoral process.
Shutting off the internet today means that political parties can't share information or even get their supporters out to the polls. And with no clear indication of when mobile services may be restored, it could have an impact on when and how results come out. And finally, none of this alleviates the concerns that these elections may not be free nor fair.
These elections are fair, assures former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. He's had the job 3 times before and is back on the ballot, having just returned to Pakistan from self-imposed exile. Last election, when Imran Khan won, Mr. Sharif was in prison. This time, it is the cricket superstar turned politician that is in prison. Despite his exceptional popularity, he's not on the ballot, disqualified from running. Members of his party continue in his absence, running as independents, barred from using the party's symbol, a cricket bat. Significant given 40% of the population is illiterate. Also not on the ballot, but wielding an incredible amount of influence, is Pakistan's military. It is widely believed winning the military support almost guarantees a pathway to victory. Pakistan is mired in an economic, political, and security emergency. Key to the country's success is the government that can rescue it from its current crises.
So, Samira, the polls closed, about an hour ago. So could you just take us through the timetable, when you would expect to get some idea of the results? And, I mean, you were saying there about the turbulence in Pakistan politics. Is whatever the result is likely to be accepted?
Well, I think there's already sort of an idea in terms of where the election is likely to go. But because of electoral rules, there's prevention in terms of what I can actually reveal on air right now. I think in terms of when we're going to get those results, I mean, the Electoral Commission here in Pakistan actually expects that we're going to start getting some of those preliminary results within the next few hours. And I think really what's key to remember is that because there have been these questions about the legitimacy of these elections, and because you saw that internet shutdown, you've seen that there's a lot of human rights groups that have sort of come out and said that this is really going against the issue, against, transparency and trying to keep elections free and fair. I think, there are going to be some questions being raised about, well, how accepted will this political outcome be for the electorate? And a lot of analysts, in fact, fact, were saying that a big part of what happens in today's elections will depend on voter turnout. And that's also something that we're going to find out within the next few hours as polling or as counting starts getting underway.